Math in Wrestling by Jack Files. All right. The history of wrestling. Wrestling is one of the oldest forms of combat, referenced in the Lilith and depicted in the 15,000-year-old cave drawings in France. It was developed by ancient Greeks to train soldiers in hand-to-hand combat. During the Middle Ages, wrestling was popular, including in royal houses in France, Japan, and England. During the early years of America's development, slash wrestling, I should say, amateur wrestling was very popular, making appearances at county fairs, carnivals, and military exercises of the many styles practiced during that time. However, only the catch can survived, evolving into the style used today at the collegiate level. Why this information is important. Let's get to that. Math in wrestling is used for maintaining a wrestler's weight. They can calculate how many calories a wrestler burns per day while their body is at rest. Wrestlers also must be able to convert weight from pounds to kilograms. And also, math can determine what a wrestler does during the match if they're down by a certain number of points and only a couple of seconds left. If they're down by one and need 2 points to win, when they go for a takedown, if they're up, then they try not to get taken down. This photo right here on the right side of this slide, this represents the scoring symbols that referees need to use in order to calculate and figure out the score at the end of the match between the two opponents. Wrestling mats. This photo right here represents a calculated photo of what a wrestling mat is measured at. So, a red band 1 meter wide forms an integral part of the wrestling area. It is drawn along the circumference on the inside of the 9-meter circle. This is known as the red zone. The central circle in the middle of the mat is 1 meter in diameter. The inside part of the mat inside the red circle is central wrestling area. It is 7 meters in diameter. The protection area is 1.5 meters wide. Surrounding the central circle is a band 10 centimeters wide. For Greco-Roman wrestling, at 8 centimeters wide, line splits the circle into two parts. Two perpendicular lines, 40 centimeters from each other, are called inside hand line and inside line. The color of the lines are red. Force/pressure/momentum. Why these three terms are important for wrestling and math? Let's get straight to that. Force. Force is used in math because you combine the area and the pressure together to calculate how much force you put in your attack without breaking your opponent's bones. Pressure. To determine pressure, you must calculate how much force you put in the attack. When you attack your opponent, you must make sure your legs are at a 90-degree angle. And this is also related to me in wrestling, since whenever I'm shooting for a single leg takedown or a double leg takedown, I have to make sure my body is in a straight, low position. And also at the same time, I need to use my legs at a 90-degree angle in order to lift my opponent up and take him down on his back. When your opponent is putting all his momentum onto you, when he's pushing forward, you can use his momentum to throw. Sorry. When your opponent is putting all his momentum onto you when he's pushing forward, you can use his momentum to your advantage to throw him on his back. Video on the arm throw. Now, this particular move is a very interesting move whenever you're in wrestling. This move has to be practiced and mastered in order for the move to come handy during the match. So, what I'm about to show you is a video where wrestler Kerry Collette is using his opponent's momentum to throw him on his back. So let's get straight to that.
We can also hit that standing arm throw from my opponent's shot. A good guy will take a bad shot and he'll recover by coming back to his feet. And here, what I'm going to do is allow him to have inside control, which automatically puts me on the outside for my arm throw position here. So Obi's taking a bad shot. I retreat off as he comes up. I allow him to get inside where he wants to be to feel comfortable. And now using that momentum forward, I simply hook, back step in, and then work for one of my finishes.
Also, one more thing I need to mention on the arm throw is that this relates back to the last slide that I just showed you on force, pressure, and momentum. The video that I showed you relates to momentum, where you use your opponent's momentum to cause an arm throw. And that's the video that I showed you right now. All right. Wait. Whenever you lose weight, you always must keep track to count how many calories you lost when you're weighing in for a match. When they weigh you in, they use a scale, which is a device used to measure weight or mass. How the scale measures the weight accurately is the person must stand on the scale, and it will take a moment for the scale to read and measure the person's weight in pounds or kilograms. Now, this is very relatable to me as a wrestler when I'm losing weight for a match or a wrestling tournament. For example, I had to lose weight for a wrestling tournament in Virginia Beach. I had to lose about 10 pounds. The diet I used for losing weight for that tournament was eating eggs and drinking water only. It's a horrible diet, but that experience taught me a lot about strength and discipline and fighting through even though you're hungry and tired. It managed to make me push through my limits, and it made me even stronger and tougher than before. And that experience is what caused me to gain that kind of strength and discipline. And because of that, I was able to make weight for the Virginia Beach Wrestling Tournament, and win all those matches at that tournament because of the experience of losing weight, causing me to become even stronger and more disciplined than before. And that's also an experience for other wrestlers out there. It's not just me. It's for every other wrestler out there. And this is the last slide that I'm going to show you for today for this PowerPoint/video. And right now, I'm going to show you how this combines both wrestling and math, in my opinion, as a wrestler. All right, quick thinking on wrestling moves. In my opinion, wrestling is about quick thinking, so that would take a lot of strength, power, endurance, speed, and acceleration. I have experience as a wrestler since every time I'm on the mat, so I must think on my moves and then use them at the same time to take down my opponent and win. There is math in wrestling, just like how there's math in sports. So you must use these precise, complex mathematical ideas on the field/mat. And here are my cited sources. I hope and for everyone in class watching this video that you can understand why this sport is a very amazing sport, in my opinion, because this sport has taught me a lot about strength and discipline. And wrestling made me stronger and tougher, and I love wrestling because of that. I love wrestling because of that. Because of wrestling teaching me how to become stronger and more disciplined and better at not only as a wrestler, but as an individual. I hope everyone enjoyed this PowerPoint/presentation. I hope to see you all in class. Thank you.